I'm caps lock different. It's facts, not fiction. Said I black out for real, then the track gone missing. If it's cap, I'm dipping. We ain't talking about a move, then it's flatline finished. When I spaz, I'm grinning. Put a peel off in the Sadies and I pass by spinning. It's perks with this life, but I don't have my skinach. Took a quick trip and now I'm back home winning. And I see they eyes pop like I snack on spinach. Pull up to the spot, she tryna grab my digits. I'm already 8 shots, a Henny past my limit. Here you go. Hazards with a dash full of tickets. I'ma act like I don't see them. I got bad eye vision. Y'all can't pass my scrimmage. While y'all tripping, it's Aruba. I realized I had to go.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 222 of Psychotic and Iconic. Paul's here along with my co-host Nick Theories and Philly Phil. Thank you to everybody that's tuned in to the live stream. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and share it. I got fucked up. Let's roll. All right, we're going right into week 10 because that was a horrible intro. I don't know what was going on there. I apologize. Let's get right to it. So on Thursday, the Bengals lost to the Ravens 35-34. That was trash. The Bengals should have won that game.
You're missing out one detail, bro. You owe me some Mozzie sticks. Fuck all that. That was the first thing I wrote, bro. Yeah, he honored that shit right here, baby. I'm gonna fucking eat one of them. I'm gonna tear this shit up. I told you, bro. These Bengals are the gift that keeps on giving.
Mm-hmm.
They are done. It's not their year, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't their season.
You gonna eat them on set? That's crazy.
Absolutely, bro. I'm fucking hungry as shit. This is
I got
on
a
behalf of
mozzarella
the
stick for you.
association.
I got a mozzarella stick for you.
Wow. It tastes so much better when they're free. I'll tell you that.
You're such. All right, you ready to do this now? So, what stood out to you in this game before we get to talking about the Bengals? Because one specific thing stood out to me about this game, and I want to see if we're on the same wavelength. Or if nothing stood out to you, that's fine.
Couple things.
I'm looking for one specific thing.
The Ravens' defense is concerning to me. They gave up a lot of big plays. That's the one wrinkle on that team that can really derail them from a Super Bowl. Cincinnati's offense is elite. They are. Joey Burrow is playing elite football, but the team itself just can't get over that hump. It's not enough. They're a couple pieces away. T. Higgins' absence obviously hurts, but man, 35-34, that's another tough loss for the Bengals, man, especially a big one in the division. So, yeah, I'm not shocked, though. I mean, I knew they were going to lose this game. The Ravens are just a better team. They're just a better team. There's nothing you could do about it. They are just fucking better. They're better coached. They're better. Everything is better. The fundamentals are better. Everything is just so much better. Bengals defense is horrible.
It really is.
It's just not good.
I'll say this. One thing that impressed me the most was the score was 21-7 Bengals. And Lamar Jackson, often criticized for not being able to come back and win games, did just that. And I think the thing with Lamar is what he's doing this year is wild. Truly, like it's wild because the highlights that are coming from Lamar right now are not from his legs. The highlights are coming from him throwing the ball, which has always been the knock on him. And then, like, especially when you get into playoffs, when they're saying, like, make Lamar beat you from the pocket. And when Lamar tries to beat you from the pocket and stops using his legs, that's generally where they get fucked up. But that hasn't been the case this year. Will that be the case in January? I don't know. But as of right now, that doesn't look like it.
Well, you want to know why? Well, in years past, I mean, who did you respect in the backfield? Gus Edwards? Like, was he going to hurt you? Was he going to gash you for 80, 90 yards a week? No. When you have Henry back there, you got to respect the run. So I think a lot more pass plays have been more successful because it's been more open.
I will say this. The Bengals are not done.
Well, they're done, dude.
They're not done. They're going to make the playoffs still.
They're not making the playoffs.
They're probably going to be the 6th or the 7th seed, but they're going to get in, and whoever's the 2nd seed's going home. They just got to put it together.
They haven't done it, though, man.
But, dude, their offense is lethal, and they're missing their second best weapon. It's crazy. Joe Burrow, like, what Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase this year are doing is wild for them to be 4-6.
You think they have a chance to make the playoffs?
I absolutely do. And I don't even think they have a chance. They will make the playoffs. Their quarterback is too good. Their wide receiver is too good. They're too good.
They're 4 games behind the division.
They will be fine. It doesn't matter about the division. The division's out of the question because the Steelers are fucking legit. So are the Ravens.
So what's the playoff bracket looking like then for them? Who can they leap in the AFC?
Well, it's going to start on Sunday night when they beat the Chargers.
Because right now, currently constructed, if the seasons were to end right now, The Chiefs are the 1 seed. The Bills are the 2. Steelers are 3.
Yep.
Texans 4. Ravens 5. Chargers 6. Broncos 7.
Yeah, they're better than the Broncos.
Agreed. I agree with that.
They're better than the Dolphins, and they're better than the Colts. Those are the 3 teams that they're going to battle to get into that 7th seed. And I would,
the Jets aren't out of it. If you're going to say the Bengals are in, you can't say the Jets are out. They're only 1 game behind them.
Yeah, but the Jets haven't.
I agree.
The Jets
with that.
have more problems.
They got better defense, though. I think the defense, I'll bet on that.
Yeah,
the Bengals, but it's a little.
They seem to have more internal problems. Like I can't read the Jets. I don't know what's going on with the Jets. But I will say this: I think that if you had a game, like my favorite game of the week is Sunday night because I like the Bengals more than the Chargers. I think they're better, but I think the Bengals are scarier, but the Chargers are a more physically dominant, more put together team. And it's because of Jim Harbaugh, because Jim Harbaugh is that dude as a coach.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a great matchup. Well, I mean, we'll talk about that later.
I can't wait for that game. But I don't think they're done. And Lamar Jackson's running away with the MVP.
Yeah, I think we're sleeping on the Chargers, though.
A little bit.
I think we're sleeping on the Chargers.
Nobody wants to face them in the first round. I could say it's because of the style of football they play.
They play physical, man.
You're 6-3, and Justin Herbert is throwing to nobodies.
Literally.
Like nobodies. He's doing better without Keenan Allen and Mike Williams and Austin Eckler.
To a degree.
They're more efficient. And I said this. Justin Herbert he might not put up the eye-popping numbers that you're accustomed to seeing him do because Jim Harbaugh doesn't play that style of ball because he's a run-first coach and he likes to fucking like get you at the line of scrimmage. It's pounding constantly. It's physical. But he's going to be more efficient and he's going to be better because of it. And I said this the other day and it was funny. When he ran that touchdown in and he juked that guy and scored that touchdown, Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Do you remember what I said in the summer? Colin Kaepernick with Jim Harbaugh. That's what it reminded me of. And I think Justin Herbert's a better passer than Colin Kaepernick, but I think that he has a similar build to Kaepernick. Now, Kaepernick was obviously a better runner, but Justin Herbert's athletic.
He's athletic, but I'm not going to put him in harm's way like that. Like, to me, that's stupid. Like,
but that was a good play.
For trouble.
But those are plays that you don't expect because you're not accustomed to seeing Herbert do that. So when you run something like that, there you go. That's what you get because he can do it because he's athletic. And not for nothing, but if you just go off of raw talent, Justin Herbert's a top 5 quarterback. Just off of raw talent. That's all I'm saying. It's you already have your 4. Burrow, Mahomes, Allen, and Lamar. Yeah. Those are the 4 best quarterbacks in football, and then you can argue. But if you're simply saying raw talent, next is Herbert, in my opinion, because he could throw from the pocket just as good as anybody in the NFL. So that's where I am. But Lamar right now, I mean, he's running away with the MVP. He should be the overwhelming favorite. He is the overwhelming favorite. It's his to lose at this point. And it's crazy to me with Lamar because to think that this is going to be his 3rd MVP, it's going to be back-to-back, it's going to enhance his legacy so much. But the only way for Lamar, because Lamar's already going to be a Hall of Famer. You're not going to be able to tell the story of football without Lamar Jackson when Lamar Jackson's career is over. But if he gets a Super Bowl, all bets are off. He's going to be recognized as one of the greats.
If he wins a Super Bowl, I agree with that sentiment of you can't, write the game of football without Lamar Jackson. I get that. But at the same time, it's like he's got to win a Super Bowl. Like the MVPs are great. You can win 3 MVPs all you want. You don't win that bowl, you don't get anything close to it. It's always it's going to be, it's going to be one of those things. So like I just feel like to me like he has to win a Super Bowl.
I feel like Lamar Jackson right now is a little bit in that Dak territory where you're what you do during the season doesn't matter that much anymore. What do you do in the playoffs? The only difference is Lamar has MVPs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's where I am with them. But I love Lamar, obviously. The only reason I said you won't be able to tell the story of football without him is because you for the most part, you can't tell the story of football without Michael Vick. Now, also,
he was the first one.
I was just about to say he's the pioneer of the running athletic quarterback. He started that.
Randall Cunningham probably started it.
Yeah, you're probably right on that. But Vick was just like he was electric back there.
Cunningham
was a good thrower.
Steve
of the
Young
ball.
did that too, though. Steve Young
is very underrated. That's a good one too.
Steve Young was a runner.
I just feel like Michael Vick,
well, he changed the game in terms of Like I feel like that when he entered the league, he was a run first quarterback versus passing.
Okay,
like
that's what I was trying to say.
His accurate was garbage.
Yes,
like his accuracy was out. He wasn't there yet.
Yeah,
and then he got locked up. Blah blah blah. Then he went to the Eagles, became an awesome passer with us.
Because
I thought he elevated his game with Andy Reid. But he was still dynamic using his legs. So but he was the first one that it was almost like a run first quarterback.
Yes,
where
that's what I was trying to say.
He was such a threat that it was unbelievable. I mean, everybody was using him Madden.
I was just about to say Madden 2004 with him on the cover. I mean, whenever somebody was the Falcons, it was like annoying.
It was stupid
because all you had to do was run 10 yards backwards, run to the side, and you couldn't get him.
Fucking fast.
There was nothing you could do.
There was nothing you could do.
I want to stay in the NFC North here because the Steelers beat the Commanders, which was my favorite play of the week.
Yeah.
I thought this was going to be an upset because they just physically overwhelmed them.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Commanders stayed in that race. Jaden Daniels showed some things, but again, the Steelers are serious. I don't think I've ever been. I mean, I've been more wrong, but I was so wrong about the Steelers and Russell Wilson because Russell Wilson's playing his ass off. He really is, and the Steelers are serious. They are a threat to go deep in the playoffs.
Yeah,
they're a scary, scary team because that defense is crazy good.
Well, the last couple of games, I mean, this game alone, dude, they had 36 minutes of time possession. I mean, that's going to win majority of the games. When you got a defense like that, and you're keeping the offense off the field, and you're operating on offense, and you're getting first downs, you're moving the ball, and you're killing the clock, and you're scoring, then yeah, you're going to be successful. And you know what? Pittsburgh, they didn't kick a field goal in this game. They had red zone woes, ever since Russell Wilson, got in. They were getting pretty stymied, and towards the red zone. So the fact that they converted into touchdowns, that's the reason why they won this game. They didn't kick field goals, and they possessed the ball. Once you do that, I mean, look, they lost the turnover battle and still won. Why? Because they possessed the ball, they played great defense, and they forced Washington to some field goals. Pittsburgh didn't kick field goals. That's why they won the game by 1. Washington kicked 2 field goals. Pittsburgh scored 4 touchdowns. That's the name of the game right there. But to me, the Commanders they're fucking good.
Yeah.
Like I look at that team and I'm like, yo, they can definitely make some noise in the NFC. They can definitely go all the way.
I won't go that far.
Why? Who says they can't? Why can't they? Who could beat them?
Who? The Commanders?
Yeah, I think they can beat anybody in the NFC.
They can. I just they're not going. They can't go to the Super Bowl this year.
Maybe. Look, I don't think they're going to go to the Super Bowl, but I definitely think that they're definitely a serious threat in the NFC. I mean, that's not even a question.
I said this real fast. I want to touch on that.
And I'll tell you that. And the only reason why I said that, not to cut you off, but the only reason why I said that is because when they had that emotional win, where they threw a Hail Mary against the Bears, the next week I was banking on them being a letdown, like a rookie quarterback, and just a high of emotions. The next week you usually come down, right? They took care of business the next week. That's a sign of a good team. When I looked at that, I was like, whoa, this team's legit.
I mean, they played the fucking
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
They stink.
It doesn't matter. They still took care of business. That emotional toll that when you win on a Hail Mary like that, the emotional win factor, to me, I play that all the time. The emotional win, the fact that they won the next game in convincing fashion. I mean, that's a sign of a good team. That means they're focused. That means they're well coached. That means their coach has everybody in that locker room paying attention to what he's saying, and they have his attention. This team is really, really good, really, really good. And I don't know about Super Bowl, but they can make some noise.
Oh, I mean, I believe that too, because I think Jaden Daniels is that good. Scary Terry's awesome. And I think Dan Quinn's a good coach.
Yeah,
I think he's a good coach. And I mean, it's evident by look at Dallas's defense.
I mean, Mike, he took the Falcons to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They didn't win it, but
the other thing I want to say is like Broadbent was talking about this, and I told him I would give him a public apology. And he just said it in the comments, when you win games with Kenny Pickett, all you need is competent quarterback play, and your team elevates. And I mean, he was dead right. Dead right. I mean, because they're a force to be reckoned with in the AFC.
Oh, absolutely.
The AFC playoffs are going to be a bloodbath.
So you believe in the Steelers long term? The whole season?
Yeah, how could I not?
Yeah,
how could I not? And the thing is, too, if you're going by just hands, I think I tweeted this. George Pickens is closer to a top 5 wide receiver than he is a top 10. George Pickens is that fucking good. He is that good. The acrobatic catches that he makes, and you could just see like the strength of his hands. Pause. But when he catches the ball, dude, it's just the way he catches the ball. His fucking catch radius is so big. Like it's wild to watch, dude. I think he might be a little underrated because he's had poor quarterback play. But if you just give him a little bit of a boost, like you've seen with Russell Wilson, who isn't even in his prime anymore, George Pickens is closer to a top 5 quarterback than he is a top 10. He is that fucking good.
So you think George Pickens is a top 5 wide receiver?
He's close, dude. He's close.
No way.
Pound for pound, he's close. I'm dead serious. He is that fucking good.
I don't think I would probably put him well beyond 5.
He is that good, dude. I'm telling you. I am telling you. Go put him with a legit quarterback. Go put him with a Josh Allen, a Patty, Burrow, even Jalen Hurts could support him. Like, he is that good.
Well, I can name 5 receivers on my head right now.
Go ahead.
Tyreek Hill, that's a no question.
Not right now. No, he's not.
He's better.
Not right now. No, he's not.
I'll take Tyreek Hill any day of the week.
Not right now.
All right, well, whatever. I'll take Tyreek Hill. Give me Justin Jefferson.
Okay.
Give me AJ Brown.
Okay.
Give me CD Lamb. Who else? Give me Jamar Chase. There's 5 right there.
That wasn't 5. That's 4.
How?
What did you say?
Brown, Chase, Jefferson, CD, Tyreek.
Okay. But I mean, I could tell George Pickens right now is better than Tyreek Hill.
I don't think so. I think this
Tyreek Hill, I mean, he might be hurt. I don't know what's going on with him. But CD Lamb, he don't have a quarterback, and look what's happening to him. But I'm saying pound for pound, talent for talent. Yeah, George Pickens is like that, dude. He's a 1A on a team.
Amon-Ra, Garrett Wilson, Mike Evans.
Yeah, he's in that. He's absolutely in that argument.
Nico, he's in the argument of Mike Evans. Oh, hell no.
He's around there. Dude, his hands are that good. Are you?
I don't give a fuck if this guy, bro, Mike Evans has been getting me 1,000 yards every single year since he's gotten to the
Nick, he's only been in the league 2 years now. I'm just saying he's on the up.
I know he's on the up.
Like that.
But he ain't no top 5.
I said he's closer to top 5 than he is top 10. You're not going to sit here and tell me that Amon-Ra, Garrett Wilson, and Puka. If you
all day,
Puka is not better than George Pickens.
I would take Puka.
Oh my god,
bro, Puka is fucking electric, dude.
Bro, he's got dude. This dude was getting Kenny Pickett thrown to him and Justin Fields.
So what?
So you mean to tell me if you put George Pickens on the Rams, Puka will be better than George Pickens?
I saw what Puka did last year, bro. That was the greatest rookie season I've ever seen in NFL history.
It was. He also had a legit quarterback thrown it to him. But you're telling me right now, if you put him on there, he wouldn't produce like that. You're out of your mind.
We don't know. Do we actually know? Do we definitively know?
My eyes tell me yes.
Has any quarterback went to Pittsburgh and say, I want to play with George Pickens? No. Aaron Rodgers went to the Jets. Why? Because they had Garrett Wilson. They had somebody there. They had Staple.
Well, weren't the Steelers trying to get Aaron Rodgers? Were the Steelers trying to get him when he was talking about being traded? Oh, no, just the Jets. Okay.
Just the Jets.
My bad. Excuse me. There was a team. I thought it might have been Russell Wilson, actually.
Yeah.
Like Russell Wilson, excuse me.
That's what I'm saying. I don't look at George Pickens as like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go over there and play with them. Like, I don't think that he's that receiver. I don't see that in him. I could be.
You don't see that. You don't see an alpha in him.
I think he's on the up. I just don't think he's a top 5 wide receiver. I just think that's ludicrous.
I didn't necessarily say top 5.
I know you didn't say top 5. I think you say he's closer to top 5 than he is to top 10. And I disagree with that.
So take out the 5 that you said, right?
Okay.
Because those are legit. I'm not even arguing that.
Sure.
Those are legit. George Pickens is absolutely 100% in that conversation with Amon-Ra, Garrett Wilson,
no way,
Devontae Smith, Mike Evans. Yes, he is.
Amon-Ra.
George Pickens is like that. If George Pickens was in Detroit, he would be doing the same shit.
Pickens is very talented. He's very talented.
Exactly, and he's never had anybody to get him the ball to make the talent go up.
But what excuse did DeAndre Hopkins have when he had no talent? He was still a top 5 guy regardless. He was guaranteed cemented top 5 no matter what. Who the fuck his quarterback was.
Hold on. First of all, you know it. Hold on.
You know it.
Hold on.
I use your argument against you.
You know I love
it.
You know I love DeAndre Hopkins, number 1. He was one of my favorite fucking wide receivers of all time. Dead serious. Number 2, you can't. That's like a false equivalency because DeAndre Hopkins was a different animal because he you really did use my argument against me. No matter who that dude had thrown him the ball, he was 1,500 yards certified. However, George Pickens is like that.
I'm not saying he's not like that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is he is not even close to top 5. Like, he's not a top 5 wide receiver. He's not better than Mike Evans. He's not. He's not better than Garrett Wilson at all.
He's in that conversation now.
At all.
He's in that conversation now.
So if you had a draft, you would take George Pickens over Garrett Wilson? You're out of your mind.
I don't think you can go wrong either way.
You're crazy, bro.
No, I'm not.
Are you all right? You want a mozzarella stick to fuel you or something?
They smell banging.
What's wrong with you, bro? You think he's in the class with a Garrett Wilson?
He absolutely is. I don't know what you don't see.
I think he's good. I just think you're putting him in a great category, and I don't think he's great yet.
We'll show you.
I think he's got potential. Absolutely, he must make some spectacular plays.
All right. Well, me and the yellow and black, we'll show you by year's end.
Okay. Is he going to be in the Pro Bowl?
With the playing like this, yeah, he will be.
Fuck no,
yeah, he will. Well,
shit.
the first 5-6 games, he was trash. But I'm saying if he finishes strong, how many games they got left? How many games they play? 8 games?
They got 7 games left.
Why is this week 10?
This is week 11 coming up.
Nah,
There's
is
17
it week 11? Yeah, holy shit. Damn, that sucks.
Yeah.
But he has a chance. Nah, probably not.
You think he's better than Cooper Kupp?
Right now, he absolutely is. Come on now.
I don't know.
He's better than Cooper Kupp right now. Are you fucking crazy?
Are you fucking crazy? I just watched Cooper Kupp the other night make big plays after big play. When his team needed it, third down, there he is.
So right now, you got a team. You got Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
You taking Cooper Kupp or George Pickens? The fact that you have to think.
I don't know.
The fact that you have to think lets me know the validity of what I'm saying.
No, the only reason why I'm thinking is because if you're telling that part of the story, well, of course I'm going to take the youth over the older
But bro,
player.
you can't. Cooper Kupp was a fucking Triple Crown guy.
He's great
A few years ago, but right now he's not like that.
Is he better than DJ Moore?
Yes, he's better than DJ.
I agree with that.
He's better
That
than
is
DJ
something
Moore.
I agree with.
But I know you have a weird thing with DJ Moore because I think DJ Moore is a hell of a wide receiver.
Is he better than Ayuk?
Abso-fucking-lutely. What?
I don't disagree with that either. I'm just going through the list.
Let me
That's all
say
I'm doing.
Brandon Ayuk is the single most overrated wide receiver in football.
Is he better than Terry McLaurin? Fuck no.
Yes, he is.
Fuck no.
Yes, he is.
You're out of your mind, bro.
You are.
What?
George Pickens better than Scary Terry, dude.
Really? You think Scary Terry he's not better than Scary Terry?
I think Scary Terry is very good, but I'm saying off of my eye test, George Pickens is better than him. Yes, he is.
No way.
Yes, he is.
No way, bro.
Yes. All right, we got to move on. We just did that for.
What about Drake London? You think London's is sweet?
I think you know I'm not like that with Drake London.
Bro, Drake London is fucking awesome.
I'm so glad you said that, baby. I'm so glad you said that. Is this Drake London's first year popping off?
Yeah,
it is. How come?
It's his second year.
No, I didn't ask that. I said how come?
Well, it's his second year playing.
Okay, it's his second year playing. How come he popping off?
I mean, he's got Kirk Cousins.
He's
38. He's got Russell Wilson. Thank you.
What you talking about? Kirk Cousins is better than Russell Wilson right now. So if you put him on the Falcons, he wouldn't be blowing up like that. He still
has a good quarterback, right? Russell Wilson's playing really good. He's still decent.
Bro, I should have wore shorts. You got me fucking sweating. 20 minutes in here.
I think Drake London is wildly slept on, which is crazy. Darnell Mooney's having a better year than Pickens. You want to talk about that or not?
Darnell Mooney, I told you was good.
He's having a better year than Pickens.
Darnell Mooney was good. Darnell Mooney was good, but Darnell Mooney also had Kirk the entire year, brother.
Is he better than Malik Neighbors? No.
George Pickens?
Is he better than DK Metcalf?
He's in that conversation with DK Metcalf. Yes, he is. He's in that group.
Perfect. I'm happy you said that. If he is in the conversation of DK Metcalf, George Pickens to me is in the 11 to 15 range.
No.
Yes, that's the DK Metcalf range. Absolutely. Absolutely, Mike. Come on. If he's in that DK range, he's 11 to 15.
But I'm saying that's
arguable. That's not bad.
But he's close. But I'm telling you, George Pickens is going to blow up as long as he has competent quarterback play. And it's coming with Russell Wilson because Russell Wilson, for whatever reason, looks like he took his fucking head out of his ass. But
so would you take Pickens over Devontae Smith?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. George Pickens is that good. And it's you're not seeing it because of really piss poor quarterback play. And it will only blossom with better quarterback play. If you go put George Pickens on the Falcons,
he's had Russell Wilson's playing good.
He is, and that's why his fucking stats are going wild.
He had 5 catches, and he had a big catch. He had one big catch.
And I can show you games where London this year was off, and I can show you that too. And you know that they're not always going to be on like that. But he is an alpha. He is a certified one, and I stand by what I said.
Okay.
All right, now let's move on.
Let's do it.
Damn, didn't have to do all that. Eagles beat the shit out of the Cowboys 34-6. Like I said, what were you most impressed by with this? Because I was most impressed by the blatant disrespect and disregard from Mike McCarthy. Micah Parsons comes out there and talks the way he talks. That dude is such a clown, man. He's a locker room cancer. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. That dude is out of his mind. I'm going to do it for the other guys because, they've been putting in the work way longer than Mike McCarthy has. That's said that about your fucking coach?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's
like, come on, bro. Come on, dude. You're that big of a loser?
I don't think that's the case. I think when you look at the season, how it's unfolding, it's like, bro, we're getting outcoached. The second week of the season, they let the Saints score 44. The Saints haven't done that since. They haven't done anything since offensively. They gave up 44 the second week after beating the Browns week 1. Then they gave up 28 against the Ravens. They actually got smoked by the Ravens. They barely beat the Giants. They beat the Steelers, which is fucking crazy. I don't know how the Cowboys beat the Steelers, honest to God. But then they get smoked by the Lions.
They beat the Steelers?
They beat the Steelers. They beat the Steelers a couple, like 5 weeks ago, October 6th.
I don't even remember that.
They then get smoked by the Lions. Then they lose to San Fran coming off a bye. Then they lose to the Falcons. And then they lost Prescott. Then they lost to the Eagles getting blown out. Like, bro, at some point you got to look at the coaching. Like, I know that the talent deficiency there is there. Like, obviously, I don't think the Cowboys are talented enough. I think they're about 7 players away from being really, really good.
Who?
The Cowboys. They have ways to go. They're about 7-8 players away. And that's too big of a gap in the NFC. Their Cowboys are dead. I don't know what they're going to do because they paid Dak Prescott. And if I'm the Cowboys, I'm probably going to tank here.
They're in deep shit.
And I'm probably tanking, and I don't think Mike McCarthy is going to make it out of the season.
I don't think they'll fire him mid-year because Jerry don't do that. Excuse me, my fault. Jerry don't really do that.
Okay. Well, put these Cowboys, and if they keep losing the way they're losing, he's going to be gone before Thanksgiving.
I mean, it's only 2 more games.
Exactly. They're 3-6. If they go 3-8, what is he there for? They ain't making a run. At that point, if you go 3-8, you got to look to the future. All right, what are we going to do next year? Because right there, this year, it ain't for us.
They're going to draft the running back, Ashton Jeanty or whatever his name is from Boise, because they're just a fucking ridiculous organization.
And they very well could. And my thinking is like Deion Sanders will be the perfect fit for him.
He's not coming to the Dallas.
But I agree. I don't think he's going to go there. So what do you do? At quarterback? You have to roll with Dak. You got CD. So what are they missing? They're missing offensive line. They're missing a running back. They're missing defense. They have a lot of holes, man. A lot of holes and no money. So this team's in trouble. But what impressed me about the Eagles, I mean, you beat up on bad teams. It's exactly what they did. They went all the way to fucking Dallas, took care of business, dismantled them 34-6. Just absolutely dismantled it. They had no chance in this game, the Cowboys. In the beginning, it was looking a little close. The Eagles were looking a little sloppy. But other than that, the Eagles took over. They showed that their talent flexed in this game big time. And, yeah, I think the Eagles, it's hard to judge the Eagles in this game because the Dallas is so bad. But their defense is fucking awesome. The Eagles' defense, to me, has been the story of the season. It's not Jalen Hurts. It's not the offense. It's been the defense and Saquon Barkley. That's the Eagles season so far.
Their defense is,
and Hurts is playing a lot better, but I don't know, man. The thing with Hurts that fucking drives me up a wall, and I say this every fucking week, he fucking holds on to the ball way too long. He don't get rid of it. Get rid of the fucking ball.
He looks like he's back there shopping.
But he's taking sacks that are it's not good for the health of the player to keep getting hits. And 2, you're putting your team in harm's way by taking sacks. You're losing 10 yards. You're losing 15 yards. You're taking us out of position to be successful. I just throw the fucking ball away, dude. He's holding the ball for 7-8 seconds. You got to get rid of it. Like, it's the NFL. They're going to come get you at some point. But I will say what hurts, man. There's something, and then he makes throws to Smitty or Brown, and I'm like, wow, like that's the quarterback we paid. But again, like I feel like those plays are so inconsistent with Hurts. That's what concerns me the most.
I think those plays save his ass.
Absolutely. I think Saquon Barkley saves his ass.
Look, Hurts has been playing well. He's got 12 passing touchdowns, 10 rushing. He got 22 touchdowns on the year. Like, he's playing well. It's just there are moments genuinely where you look at him and you're like, yo, what the fuck are you doing?
I can't stand it, bro.
And like I said, he looks like he's back there. Sometimes when he's in the pocket, it's like it's so slow developing. Like he's back there shopping, and you're just looking at him. You're like, yo, get the ball out of your hand, dude. Get the ball out of your hand. Let's go. But I don't really have too much to say negative on Hurts. Like, I feel like Hurts gets a bad rap for winning. Like, and it's weird because Sirianni's kind of in that boat too. Like, Sirianni's record as a head coach is fucking wild. Like 42-19 or something. Like, that's a good head coach, and he doesn't get respect partially because of his erratic behavior and sometimes immature behavior and really questionable decision making with field goals and going for it and shit. But he wins games, and then. With Jalen, man, like I said, Jalen has the narrative attached to him that he can't throw, he's stupid, he sucks, blah, blah, blah. It's hard to overcome that. Like the only person, I mean, like Baker finally overcame it. How long did it take him? Like you got everybody singing Baker's praises now when he was down in the dumps, even when he played well.
Yeah, but I don't think people are saying this out of thin air. I think there's validity behind it.
Like,
I actually think
there's patterns.
Absolutely.
Because you see that. But I mean, over the last five games, Jalen's balling. I mean, think about it, dude. Without that drop by Saquon, they're fucking 8-1 or 9-1. What are they, 7-2? Mm-hmm. So it'd be 8-1 because they had their bye week. Yeah. So when I look at that, I'm just like, all right, man, chill a little bit. Like, not everything's going to be perfect. Again, you want to get better and improve so at the end of the year you're humming. I don't want my team humming in September. I don't like that. I don't want that. I want you humming in fucking December and January, right after Thanksgiving. Will they do that? I hope so. I thought they were going to last year, and boy, was I wrong. It was the worst collapse of all time.
Yeah,
But I'm not going to beat up Jalen like that. I beat him up this year a few times when he's, when he deserves it, when he plays like trash, but he's playing well.
Well, in that winning streak, the 5-game winning streak, Jalen Hurts hasn't thrown more than 25 passes in a game.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
I think that's great. I think
that's the formula.
You know what that tells me, though? More than anything else, that tells me that in the first half of the season, the first 5 games or whatever, right? I think that Kellen Moore and Jalen Hurts were trying to learn each other. What is Jalen Hurts' strengths? What is his weaknesses? I think once they identified that, they started to make the game simpler for him. They stopped putting the ball in his hands all the time. Like the first fucking the first 4 games, he's had 34 passes, 30, 38, and 30. Ever since, he hasn't thrown more than 25.
Look at you doing homework. I'm so proud of you. I'm a proud father.
I just do this, man.
I'm a proud father.
I'm back. Straight up. But the point is that they're not, I think they're just learning each other. And I think that we're starting to see the efficiency. I'm starting to think that they figured each other out. They know what works, what can make me successful. Kellen Moore knows what makes him successful, what can derail Jalen Hurts too. Like I knowing what his weaknesses are, it's huge. Like that is what you want to know. You want to know everything about your player so you can properly evaluate them, and then you can put him in the best position to succeed. And that's exactly what they're doing. And so, yeah, I mean, look, Jalen Hurts is playing a lot better. His completion percentage is way higher than it was to start the season. So yeah, I think he's being efficient. I think that's what it is. The only issue I have is that if we get in a shootout, how do we respond?
We can. We have enough.
How do we respond?
We have enough skill players to do it. And not for nothing, for all Jalen's faults and nonsense and bullshit that he does, he throws a fucking awesome deep ball.
Yeah, he does.
He drops it in the bucket.
He does. But the only reason I laugh when you said that is because it brings me back to the Super Bowl when we put the Hail Mary and to stop at the 25. That shit was embarrassing, bro. That is the only reason why I'm holding back.
He throws a nice deep ball.
But he did, man. The one to Smitty against the Jags, even against the Cowboys. I mean, he laid some perfect passes out there. He has moments where you're like, that is the quarterback we paid. Yeah. Then there's moments where you're like, I'm worried about it. You know what I mean? But
again, it goes back to this, the number one thing too you didn't mention. I'm surprised but you just smoked that, and you were 100% right. And I love what you looked with the passes. That was smart as shit because it's the truth. One thing you didn't mention though is again the turnovers. When he was going through it in the beginning of the year, it was leading from last year where it's just like, bro, you can't have a fumble and an interception every game. You're making the game harder. You're putting your offense and your defense in bad positions. So when you don't turn the ball over, it's like, damn, yo, look what happened. Look at Josh Allen. Josh Allen's not turning the ball over this year at an alarming rate. The Bengals look better than they ever. The Bills look better than they ever have.
Yeah.
What are they? 7-2, 8-2,
7-2.
No, they didn't have their bye week yet, so they're 8-2, right?
No, 7-2.
All right, so they're 7-2. You look at that, and it's just like, all right, man. Like, I don't. What am I supposed to say? Turnovers matter, and that was always my gripe with Josh Allen.
Are they 7-2?
Pretty sure they're 8-2. I was going to.
They are 8-2. You're right. Do you do this?
I don't say shit just to say it. I've been saying it for 222
I
of
know.
these
I
things.
know.
Come on, please. Lions beat the Texans after Goff threw 5 interceptions. I had a lot of money on that game. I went to sleep. I did not watch it. I did not watch Jake Bates.
You were hoeing though, man.
I was mad as hell.
I know. I was like, bro, it's not over yet. You're like, nah, it's over, dude. This guy's fucking. I got $1,000 on this, and this guy's throwing 5 picks. I'm like,
you would be upset too, wouldn't you?
Absolutely, I would. But the game wasn't over. The game wasn't over,
bro. You had 5 interceptions,
bro. I'll tell you what, right now. It's going to take a miracle to beat this fucking Lions team.
They are so.
Bro, he threw 5 picks, and they still won on the road against a quarterback that everybody tells me is fucking awesome. Bro, you lost a home game after the opposing quarterback gave up 5 interceptions. How the fuck do you not win? How do you not win? The Texans should be ashamed of themselves. The Texans, to me, are on a spiral. They're on a fucking spiral. You don't lose that game at home after you got 5 picks on defense. That is, I think that has never happened. There was a stat on that. I think it happened once in NFL history. Once out of thousands and millions of games ever played. It's fucking insane. How do you lose that game? How can the Lions be beat? How? They have 5 turnovers. If you lost a turnover batter like that, bro, you're getting smoked. You're walking to the bus.
I woke up at like 3 a.m. and I checked my phone. And I was so mad, and I saw 26-23, and I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, what happened? And I just started laughing. And I'm like, then I saw Jake Bates hit the 52-yard field goal. It was ant luck, and it sent
that shit's crazy.
And it sent Mark way, way, way down those standings. I had to keep scrolling for days. My thumb hurt so bad I couldn't even find bro. But yeah, I was miserable. Like I said, I didn't watch that game after I think his 4th interception. I was pissed, but I will say this: the Lions are that good. And I said this a few weeks ago. I think when you talk about the Lions, don't talk about the Lions being the best team in the NFC. You could talk about the Lions being the best team in the entire NFL. They got Jared Goff, who has been there. He's been to a Super Bowl. He's been to an NFC Championship game. You've got Dan Campbell, who is a fucking top 5 coach all the way around. He's a motivator. His guys listen to him. You know what I'm saying? Like what he does, like you feel that energy. They love that dude. They play hard for him. And the way that they're physical, they're just a complete team. You got Amon-Ra, who's a fucking stud. You got to watch him at all times. David Montgomery, who's aging backwards with Jahmyr Gibbs. The physical punishment that they're putting on the defense because it's thunder and lightning. They're both running fucking fast as hell. They're running you over. They're juking you, all that. They have all the stuff in the what you need to win the Super Bowl. I think it's possible. I also agree with you on the Texans. They fall to 6-4. They're getting Nico back. Will it be a big impact? Yeah, because Nico's really, really fucking good. You actually didn't mention him earlier in the wide receivers.
Yes, I did.
Did you mention Nico?
Yeah.
Okay.
You said he's in the same class.
He is. And when they get Nico back, that'll help. But like I said, CJ Stroud is not doing anything that makes you jump off of your screen and say, wow, he's taking that next step. He hasn't done it this year. He looks as good as he did last year, but the problem is that's not good enough for somebody who had the expectations that he had coming into the season. And that's a problem. And that's what pisses me off because, again, Jalen Hurts is having a better year than CJ Stroud by whatever you want to call it. But people are going to give CJ Stroud the love and not Jalen Hurts.
They're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. They're saying,
exactly.
He lost Diggs. He lost Nico.
It's not an excuse. When you are branded like that, the problem is he's already been branded the golden child because he's already had success. But that can be a detriment if he doesn't turn it around. But there's only a few people out there willing to call it what it is. And I'm one of them, and you're one of them. And that's just what it is. He hasn't played well this year. There's no reason that team is 6-4. There's no reason
at all.
If CJ Stroud is that guy that everybody talks about, I don't know what they're doing at 6-4.
Well, they lost a couple games in a row too, right?
I think they lost 2 in a row.
Well, yeah, they lost to the fucking Jets,
and then they lost to the Packers too, didn't they?
They lost to the Lions. They beat the Colts, and they lost to the Packers. So they're 1-3 in the last 4.
Yeah, so they're not playing well.
But this Lions team is so impressive. The wins they have on their resume this year is insane.
The Lions are a force, man. And I'm gonna say it too, dude. Like Obviously, I would love for the Ravens to win because of Lamar Jackson. I would love for the Bengals to win because of Joe Burrow, my favorite player in the league. The Eagles, I want to win because that's my favorite squad. I'm rooting for them. But if the Lions get to the Super Bowl in the NFC, bro, I will root for them like I've been a Lions fan for 30 years. That's how much I love that team. And to me, in my opinion, nobody in the NFL deserves a trophy more than Jared Goff. Because of what he went through.
I agree.
Because
Although
of what
he
went
fucked
through.
my MVP bet, though, man. He fucked me up, though. I'll throw him 5 picks. He fucking killed my cash out. I was pissed about it.
Oh, so you was upset about money, too?
Well, that was different, dude. That's a different story. The game wasn't over. My MVP race is over.
Fair. I'll give you that.
If you throw 5 picks in the game, you ain't winning MVP ever.
What if they finish 16-1? Don't moan like that to me ever. I'm a grown man.
Bro, it doesn't matter. He's never going to hold the narrative. The 16-1 is cool. He's not. Jared Goff is not the guy that's going to hold the best record narrative. He just doesn't have the public perception. Lamar Jackson does. Joe Burrow does. Patrick Mahomes does. Tom Brady did.
Nah, Joe Burrow was catching a lot of heat the first few games. The only reason he don't get it now is because Joe Burrow's on an insane tear.
No, but what I'm saying is that, yeah, no, I was right about that.
What?
Well, I was just saying.
What'd you say? I thought you said that Joe Burrow's getting all the love that Jared Goff wouldn't get.
Yeah, if he was 16-1.
That's
what I'm saying.
Excuse me,
I'm sorry. The narrative will fit Jared Goff.
16-1?
It doesn't matter. I just don't believe it. The Lions are 8-1, and he's down the MVP list. The Lions are arguably the best team in the NFL. I think they're better than the Chiefs. I don't give a fuck the Chiefs are 9-0.
I told you. I said the same thing.
They're better than the Chiefs. They're physically better than them. They're just better. They have more talent on the offensive side.
Not for nothing. I'm going to say something, and it really shouldn't be controversial, but it might come off as controversial. Right now, Jared Goff is playing better than Patrick Mahomes.
Absolutely he is. I mean, he had one bad game with the 5 picks. I get that.
And he still won it because if Patrick Mahomes won that game with 5 picks, they would say, oh, he made every play. He figured it out. He led the game-winning drive. He got Jake Bates down there to make that 52-yard field goal.
That's the point that I'm making, though, is that, like, Jared Goff doesn't get that love. Like, he doesn't hold the public perception of he's like that. Really good. Jared Goff is a really good fucking quarterback. He's a top 5 quarterback. Nobody views him that way. So put him in the MVP conversation, even at 16-1. Still, I don't think it does it.
It don't fit.
It don't fit. And that's the problem. And that's the problem I have with the fucking MVP shit. It's like, bro, like, why did Lamar win it? Because the Ravens had the best record. It wasn't statistical. It was they had the best record. So the Jared Goff has the best record, and his stats are pretty up there. Top 7 in the league. They're not going to give him the MVP?
I think he would if he had the best record in football, bro. If they're 16-1, 17, whatever it is,
I think if the Chiefs are 14-3 and Detroit is 16-1, the MVP trophy is going to Patrick Mahomes.
Well, I mean, that's
just bottom line. That's just how I see it.
You're probably not wrong though, because Patrick Mahomes, he's the golden boy.
Absolutely,
of the NFL.
He is. So
you're right on that. Let's talk about this rookie. Because he's fucking trash, man. He's really bad. Patriots upset the Bears 19-3. Do you know which rookie I'm talking about is fucking trash here? Because there's 2 rookies playing, Drake May and Caleb Williams. Do you know which one is fucking trash?
What did you say? What did you call him? A rookie?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm making sure.
Who has more help?
I'm just making sure you're calling him a rookie. That's all.
I'm just making sure.
Okay.
It's crazy, man, because it's weird. Like Drake May, he didn't get his offensive coordinator fired. It's weird. Who's is Shane Waldron still in Chicago?
No.
Nah, damn. Who's quarterback over there?
Caleb.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams is.
Number
18.
Let's be real, yo. Caleb Williams is really trash.
Is he?
Yeah, he's really bad.
You think it's over for him?
Here's the thing. You got reports coming out saying some of the vets were saying to bench him for Tyler Badgett. And I think with his play, that's been like truly abysmal, missing wide open receivers, throwing balls in the dirt, holding the ball too long, sitting in the pocket, sitting in the pocket for 4 or 5 seconds, just sitting there and gets tackled. I think that his confidence is going to be shaken.
I think it's fixable.
If you're a sports card guy, if you spent money on Caleb Williams cards, you are scared to death right now.
Absolutely. I would never buy them.
No, I'm just.
Yeah, no, I know.
Say I know you.
Well,
I know
Anthony Richardson's a perfect example. He was going for thousands of dollars. Every card show I would go, it was fucking $500 for a regular card. Now it's like, dude, they're worth shit. So yeah, I wouldn't.
And I remember you said Sam Darnold was like that. Even though Sam Darnold came back up when he got traded. However, he paid for your couches.
He did. Shout out, Sam.
I do want to say this. I think they need to be really careful with Caleb, because when you have a rookie season like this, dude, it can shake your confidence. And then, like, not for nothing, bro, if you're the quarterback of a team and you're hearing that the vets on the squad want you bench for Tyler Badgett, you're going to tell me that you read that and that wouldn't be like, damn.
You think it's true, though?
DJ Moore walked off the field mid-play.
That's poor attitude on his part. I think he lacks professionalism. I do. I absolutely. You're a professional football player. You don't do that. Just like you don't tap yourself out and take yourself out. You just don't do that. You're a professional football player. I agree. Get paid millions of dollars. I don't give a fuck if you hurt your ankle. You get the fuck out there and you finish the play. That's what you're taught as a kid. That is poor leadership on DJ Moore. Like, you could call it what you want. You could say, oh, it's due to Caleb Williams being trash. That can be true. Absolutely. But you still got to show professionalism. You do. Despite what your teammate is doing, making you look a certain type of way, you still have to show some type of professionalism. And walking off the field is the opposite of that. That's not a professional player. To me, that's Bush League shit, bro. Like, yo, if you were having a bad game, right, and you were throwing balls in the dirt, and I walked off the field like that, how the fuck would you feel? No, truthfully speaking.
Truthfully, I probably would.
You would feel hurt. You would feel betrayed. You would feel like, yo, bro, what the fuck? I thought you had my back.
Yeah, honestly, I probably would have slapped the shit out of you.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would have just been like, what the fuck is that?
It's warranted. Absolutely.
But the problem is again, and it works against them. And we talked about this a little bit, and I touched on this too. And I wish I could go back and find this fucking clip, and I'm going to try and do that. I said, when you have a locker room with DJ Moore and all these dudes praising Justin Fields and telling you how much they love him and it's not his fault, blah, blah. And then you got Caleb that comes in and he plays like shit. Like that's going to cause problems in that locker room, dude. It is like, I just, with Caleb, you're not seeing any of the flashes that you were talking about with him coming out of college. And it's like, he had 3 good games this year. Those 3 good games were against really ass pass defenses. Like, he's not stepping into his throws. He doesn't look confident. He looks like a rookie that shouldn't have been like praised as the next Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes coming out of college. Like, when you say that shit and you put unrealistic expectations of him going to the Super Bowl and him coming in and dominating the league and the most bet for rookie of the year and all that, like, it just doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that, dude. And the thing working to the problem is now too, is he has a squad around him. He does. He has a really good team. Say what you want about Keenan being old. Keenan can still play. He doesn't look like it this year because the dude can't get him the fucking ball. DJ Moore is a really good wide receiver. I know you got beef with him, but DJ Moore is a really good wide receiver. He is, bro. And but you can't get him the fucking ball. Like, it's wild, dude. Like, Drake May, Bo Nix, I'll give to you. He's got Sean Payton and he's got Cortland Sutton, who's a nice player. But Drake May has given you more flashes than Caleb Williams. Like, and he's working with way less talent. Demario Douglas and Hunter Henry.
He also didn't start the year, though.
He didn't. I mean,
he didn't start the year. But he got to learn a little bit, though. In fairness, he did.
How much did you truly learn and what? How many games did he sit? I'm asking you, what did he sit? 2 or 3? Something like that?
4.
Did he sit that long? I couldn't even tell you.
I think 5 games, actually. I think he came in around the 6th game.
I'll look it up. Go ahead. Say what you got to say.
But yeah, I definitely feel like he sat a little bit to learn from Jacoby Brissett. Yeah, Jacoby Brissett isn't the best quarterback, but he's a veteran you could learn from.
Excuse me. He started week 6. So you were right. He sat 5 games.
So exactly. So like, he had time to like kind of learn, under Brissett. Not that it was a lot of time, but he had training camp. He had the first 5 weeks. Then he stepped in and he filled a role. Like, he's playing really well. Like, Caleb Williams is not playing good at football. I mean, that's not even a secret. We know that.
Hold on. My cousin just said this too. And Caleb Williams, wasn't there the thing coming out of college? He wanted part ownership in the team that drafted him. That was a rumor too. That came out too. And then he was texting his punter saying, you're not going to be punting that much this year. Like, you just say that stuff and then you paint your nails. I know.
Look, I get it. He's an easy target, though. He's an easy target. I'm going to rattle off 3 quarterbacks and you can guess who the fuck they are in their rookie seasons. It's unbelievable. I couldn't believe it either. So let's give this kid some praise. Let's give this kid some patience first before we completely throw him in the trash. Because I don't think it's over. I think it's 100% fixable. The talent is there. The talent is there. He has happy feet. I think it's all fixable shit. I think it's mechanics. I think it's all fixable. So 13, this one quarterback, 13 games he started his rookie season, 2,897 passing yards, 61% completion percentage, 18 touchdowns and 18 picks. Can you guess the player?
Jameis Winston?
Carson Palmer.
I mean, Carson Palmer wasn't very good.
He wasn't very bad either. 16 games, another quarterback, 16 games, 3,700 passing yards, 57% completion percentage, 26 touchdowns and 28 picks. Can you guess the quarterback?
Josh Allen.
Nope. Peyton Manning. That was pretty poor numbers.
Oh, you come on.
Let's go back to another one. 12 games, 2,074 passing yards, 53%, 10 touchdowns and 12 picks. Can you guess the player? You already guessed him. Josh Allen. Josh Allen. That's poor numbers. It's garbage. These three quarterbacks were fucking garbage. They should have never played the next season if that's how we're going to approach Caleb Williams.
No.
Wow.
No. Wrong.
How's it wrong?
Because you saw things there. Now, look, there's 7 games left, so I'll give you that. However, Caleb has shown you nothing this year that resembles he belongs.
Mike, a 53% completion percentage,
Bro,
10 touchdowns and 12 picks in 12 games? And you're telling me you're saying you saw something
who you talking
there?
about that?
I'm talking about Josh Allen, of all people, who I fucking love. He was trash his rookie season.
By the end of the year, first of all, what you're missing here in this context too is they didn't have, all three of those dudes didn't have nearly the Carson Palmer did, because he had Chad Johnson and he had TJ Hushmanzada and he had Corey Dillon as his running back.
Yeah.
However, the other two guys didn't have nearly the talent that this dude has had around them with a top defense. But when you saw them play, you saw like, all right, I see that there. The problem is you see nothing with Caleb Williams. I mean, let's just go over this. First, the Patriots, 53%, 120 yards. The dude hasn't thrown a touchdown pass since October 13th.
Yeah.
It's in a month. I mean, bruh.
And that happens.
What the fuck going on?
That happens.
120 yards, 217 yards, 131 yards, 226 yards. This dude hasn't had a 54 completion percentage in 3 weeks.
So fucking what? It's his rookie season. He's going to go through slumps, Mike. Like, I understand.
Slumps?
Mike, he's going to go through slumps.
He's been slumping.
And going back to the conversation, Peyton Manning had fucking Marvin Harrison and Marshall Faulk his rookie season.
And he turned it up.
He was trash his first couple years. And guess what? The Colts never gave up on him. And what did he do? He delivered.
There's one difference.
He's a legend.
There's one difference.
What?
Pocket passer.
No, there's one difference. Peyton had discipline. He had love for the game. He had the it factor. He had the focus. He had the mentality. He wanted to get better. He fucking worked on his game. We need to see that from Caleb Williams in year 2.
Well,
I'm not going to give up on the kid because he's a rookie.
You know what would have been a good start for Caleb Williams? Taking CJ Stroud's advice when CJ Stroud was trying to be a nice guy, whether he was trying to big homie him or not. But these are things that add up. He looked like he blew him off. And now me and you laughed about that. And at first I took it like that. Then I saw your angle because what you said made sense, where you said like he was trying to act like he's been like a 10-year vet. And I agree with you. But it's little things like that. But again, with Peyton and stuff, Peyton was your prototypical 6'5", stand in your pocket and dissect your defense. Caleb, but he had how many interceptions? 28?
28.
And he had 26 touchdowns. This dude, I mean, bro, he's got 9 touchdowns and 5 picks, bro. I like this is bad work.
9 and 5.
This is bad work.
9 and 5,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. So he's on pace to throw 18 and 10. That's bad. 18 and 10 is bad work.
Every quarterback that I have mentioned, Carson Palmer, Peyton Manning, Josh Allen, they have never in their rookie season, their touchdowns were not more than their interceptions.
You just said Peyton Manning was 26 but he threw 26 of them things. I mean, not for nothing. Let's call it what it is. Carson Palmer was ass. He got revitalized by Bruce Arians. And hold up.
Carson Palmer was ass?
Carson Palmer
was good.
Carson Palmer was good. He had promising. He tore his ACL. After that, he was trash. And he went to the Raiders and was garbage and was forgotten about. Then he went to, Then he went to Arizona, and Bruce Arians, who was a quarterback whisperer with Big Ben, Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck, he revitalized him and kind of changed how people think about Carson Palmer. But Carson Palmer is like the only average quarterback to ever come out of USC.
Yeah.
And
Caleb
Caleb Williams,
him up because he's number 1 overall pick.
Exactly. And Caleb Williams, I don't know. I'm just saying what you see from Caleb Williams right now, the entire Bears organization, fan base, and everybody betting on that kid to be special and be Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes like is shitting their pants because he hasn't even looked like that. The dude has been more Blake Bortles than anybody.
Sure, absolutely.
And it's a problem.
But I think it's fixable though. Like the talent is there. You don't draft somebody number 1 overall and then it just completely falls.
It could be fixable. It could be. The problem is does his confidence get shaken enough where it fucks him up bad? Because look, you know who's not fixable? Bryce Young because his confidence is all over the place.
Truthfully, I actually feel like his confidence kind of boosted. Like I felt like when he took a step back and he sat on the bench and he watched Andy Dalton, he got to learn a little bit.
But he didn't.
I think he looked happy. He looked like he was.
I mean, yeah, he was making $5 million to sit there.
Right. But I feel like he had the opportunity where he could take a step back and learn from a veteran player. Andy Dalton was playing excellent football. So yeah, I mean, he's going to lean on the veteran for advice. Then Bryce Young comes in the last 2 games. Look, Bryce Young is what he is, right? But he didn't look that bad the last 2 games. He didn't look that bad. There were some plays where I'm looking at Bryce Young. I'm like, that's the quarterback they drafted. He's wildly inconsistent, but I think it's due to his height. I just don't think he's.
You know why?
I don't think he's fit for that.
Can I be honest with you? You know why? You know why you think like that about him the last 2 games? I'm being dead serious here, because he was so pathetic every other time you saw him that when you saw him not be as pathetic, it's kind of like, all right, yo, maybe he's not that bad, but he's still bad. He's just not that bad. But then again, he played the Giants and the Saints, 2 dumpster fires, and. I mean, he threw for 171 and 126, 2 touchdowns and a pick, but not for nothing. I watched that Giants game. I had money on that Giants game. Giants were trash. Daniel Jones, bro, he's done because he stinks.
But my thing is like, why do we trash confidence?
Which you don't.
Like, why do we trash confidence though? Like, we are though.
Who?
Because the only reason why Caleb Williams is getting so much fucking heat is because of the confidence that he provided on the football field and off the field. He had that swagger, was like, yo, I'm really him.
He had the bravado,
but like we demonize that when he plays bad. Bryce Young was #1 overall pick, was fucking garbage, and nobody bats an eye and says, "Oh, the Panthers made a mistake. They should be worried." Like,
everybody's saying that. They already know they fucked up.
I know, but nobody's like panicking over it. Like I feel like they kind of like whatever.
Bro, they're saying whatever because they know they screwed up and they got to go waste another pick on them. But my thing is the Caleb Williams stuff. When you get why do you think so many people hated LeBron when he first came into the league? The dude was 18 years old in chemistry class on the cover of Sports Illustrated, deemed the chosen one.
But did he deserve it?
The hate?
Caleb Williams. Did he deserve the praise? Absolutely. He was fucking phenomenal.
Look, Nick, I'm going to go back. You could go back and look, bro. He was only phenomenal against bad teams.
I agree with that. But that's how they evaluate him in the NFL. Everybody had him #1.
I mean,
majority, except for the Commanders. They were the only one that they didn't have. They had Jaden Daniels #1.
And Pauls.
And they were right. You guys, right now, you guys are looking more right than ever. But guess what? It's his rookie season. 5 years from now, you could be dead wrong, and I could be dead right.
Do you think the Commanders as a whole are a better team than the Chicago Bears?
Structurally, yes. I think they have a better head coach.
No. I'm saying like skill players.
I mean, definitely the Bears have better wide receivers for sure,
and a better running back. And but the head coach, you're right, because Matt Eberflus is trash.
You think he's a better running back? I think Brian Robinson
is good, but DeAndre Swift is good.
Yeah, but you don't just have Brian Robinson. You got Austin Eckler.
You got Austin Eckler. So you could call it a wash. I'm with
a wash.
But
wide
Austin
receivers,
Eckler,
yeah. But I think the Bears wide receivers entered the season widely overrated. Keenan Allen's 32. DJ Moore is DJ Moore. I don't think he's a 1. That's me. I just don't. I think DJ Moore is up there with Devontae Smith as being a wide receiver too for a good team. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think DJ Moore if you put DJ Moore by himself, I don't think DJ Moore and whatever quarterback you have is taking that team to a playoff run. I just don't see it.
I disagree there.
I
think DJ Moore
fair.
is really fucking good. I just think he's had piss poor quarterback play, and that matters. And that goes for most quarterbacks, unless you're talking about DeAndre Hopkins. I know you already said it, but
that matters though. That example is
who has a better defense? The Bears. The Bears had a better defense, especially coming in, and we talked about that all off season. And that's the problem though. When you come in and you got all these people talking about how Caleb Williams is going into the best situation any #1 quarterback has ever gone into. Like Caleb Williams went to a team that won 7 games. And you ran that quarterback out of town to get worse at quarterback.
What did the Jets do? The Jets did the same thing.
I mean, Zach Wilson was garbage, bro.
The Jets are worse without him.
Yeah, I know. Look,
record-wise, they're worse.
However, look, be fair here.
I am being fair.
He's 40. Yeah, and he's coming off a torn Achilles. It does stand for something. And I'm not defending Roger.
Mike,
I'm not.
Mike, he's got rookie.
Yeah.
You're giving this guy a pass because he's 40. You're not going to give this guy a pass because he's a rookie?
Can't.
That's not right.
Can't
That doesn't make
do
any
it.
sense.
Can't do it.
That doesn't even make any sense. How does that equate?
Eye test. When I look at Caleb Williams, I look at him and I'm like, I don't think you're all that. I don't think you are everything that you were hyped up to be for a year before the draft. I don't see it.
And you know what? He very well may never be. But you know what? You still have to give it a try. I'm not going to quit on the kid.
Oh, and not for nothing. The other part of this argument is too that I've brought up numerous times. No good quarterbacks come out of USC. They just don't. Carson Palmer's the only exception, and he was mids.
He was not mid though. He wasn't mid.
He was mid.
He was not mid though. Mike.
If he never goes to the Cardinals, he is remembered as a bust.
He was great he was good in Cincy.
He was good in Cincy.
He was pick central. He threw a lot of picks, but he threw touchdowns. He threw yards.
I mean, when you got TJ and Ocho, I get it. And look, I'm just saying, I think Carson Palmer was like a mid-level guy. Like,
yeah. I'm not saying Carson Palmer was in the Hall of Famer.
But here's the thing. If Carson Palmer's the best quarterback that you could think coming out of a school, I'm scared to death.
I think it's a fair comp.
What?
I think it's a fair comp to provide an example because he's a number one overall pick.
Caleb?
Yeah. If Caleb Williams had a Carson Palmer career, that's a failure for him.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's because of the hype. We're demonizing confidence.
Well, I don't know about that because Carson Palmer was hyped coming out of college. Now
he was, but he wasn't like Caleb Williams talking about Mahomes and Allen and all them. Like, bro,
social media.
But we are demonizing confidence. Like, I'm watching it. And everybody's trashing this kid, saying he's trash, this, that, and the third. Bro, you want to see somebody who don't have it? You could watch Jamarcus Russell in his rookie year. You could see that guy. He was trash. Caleb Williams is fixable, bro. What he's missing throws, he's happy feet. He's not being accurate with the football.
And that's a problem.
His mechanics are off. It is a problem. But with the right coach, the right head coach, the right offensive coordinator, he is fixable.
We'll see.
I really believe
we will see. If they were smart, they would go write Ben Johnson a blank check. The offensive coordinator for the Lions. They go write that dude a fucking.
He's loyal, bro.
No, I think he would for the right situation. Put it this way, if he's in the hunt for a job and he interviews with the Bears and he doesn't take the job, that tells you everything you need to know about Caleb Williams and the belief that the executives and the head coaches and the core offensive guys in the league had to say about him.
Not necessarily true, though.
Fuck out of here.
Well, here's the thing, though, bro. Like, my thing, for the head coach to look, for anybody to look to not want to pair with Caleb Williams,
that's what I'm saying.
That would tell you something.
Jim Harbaugh came out of Michigan and he's like, I could get Justin Herbert, sign me up.
But Herbert was he had the same narrative. He couldn't make the playoffs. He was just a mid-level quarterback. He had the talent.
Agreed.
He just never elevated his game. Got the head coach. Now everybody loves Herbert. Why can't that be the same for Caleb Williams? I just don't understand. I don't think people really love Herbert. I think he's quietly doing. I just think he's quietly doing it. Like my thing was, I think this week is where you got the buzz. The last couple of weeks, I think the Herbert buzz is starting to pick up.
I mean, I was watching him, but it's how I am with Jim Harbaugh.
I mean, eye test, he's fucking awesome, dude.
He's amazing.
Like,
for the eye test, like I said, for the eye test and raw talent, top 5 all day long. And you can make an argument that he throws the best ball from the pocket.
But is it fair to say that the Bears have a really putrid offensive line?
Yeah, they've been ass.
Bro, every time I was watching that New England game, he was getting sacked. Some where he was holding the ball too long, trying to make one of those USC plays, and it just doesn't work.
My thing is, dude, is like you see clips of fucking this dude, like the dude runs a 5-yard out and he turns around to look and the ball's in the fucking dirt. Yeah, no, I know what your play you're referring to. It was a play on the right hash to DJ Moore. Yes, on the right hash. Yes. And you can kind of see him like, come on, bro. Yeah. Like when Daniel Jones
that was the only throw that was bad though.
When Daniel Jones overthrew Malik Neighbors, he ran he ran like a little skinny post and ran up. Daniel Jones threw a fucking 10 yards out of bounds, and you could see the body language of Malik Neighbors. Like, come on, yo, get me a quarterback. Yeah, for real though. Like that happens. I get it. But at the same time, though, if you are the Bears and you got a guy like DJ Moore walking off the field, like, bro, to me, you don't have a team. You don't have a team, bro. That's not a team. No fucking wide receiver would ever walk off the field on Tom Brady.
Nobody would ever walk off the field on Peyton Manning or even Kyler Murray.
Bro,
They're not doing it to them.
Terrell Owens hates Donovan McNabb, and he would never do that.
He would never do that.
You know why? Because there's a level, like you said, there's a level of professionalism.
Respect
is
and
the
love.
biggest thing.
There's no love there. The Bears don't love each other.
I don't know. I watched Stephon Diggs fucking scream at Josh Allen like it was his son. He never walked off the field like that. You never saw him dogging it.
No, but he got traded.
Yeah, well, you can't berate your leader like that. I'm with that. I mean, and
so what do you do with DJ Moore and Caleb Williams? Because now you have a problem.
Oh, I'd have traded DJ Moore.
Me too.
I'd have traded his ass immediately because that sets a bad precedent for the rookie.
I would have,
and I would bet money it's DJ Moore saying, "Yo, put Tyler Badgett in."
Absolutely.
So, but all right. Last thing before we preview week 11, are the Chiefs good or just lucky, dog? Because I'm trying to figure this out. Like a block field goal when you're about to lose to Denver. Shout out Bo Nix real fast, though. Like, Bo Nix is playing his ass off. He's playing really, really, really well. Broncos look like they hit. But to watch the Chiefs do this, bro, like I'm just...
Well, let's go back to that real quick. Why does it look like Bo Nix is performing well? Truthfully speaking.
He looks like he has command and an understanding.
But why?
Coaching?
Correct. They have Sean Payton, bro. Caleb Williams got his Shane Waldron was terrible. That's why he got fired. It wasn't because Caleb Williams was bad. It was both. It was a combination of both.
Yeah, it was a combination.
They're trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. That's why he got fired. Somebody had to go.
Because he's looked that bad.
But I think the Bears kind of learned off the Jets a little bit, right? Because the Jets fired their head coach, knowing that he wasn't the problem. It was just more or less the Jets being trash. It wasn't a head coaching issue. Their defense got worse without Saleh. So now I think the Bears are thinking the same thing. They're like, fuck, if we fire a head coach, he might be our best coach, and we don't want to fire him. So let's get rid of the guy that we think is the problem the most. So obviously the offense coordinator is going to take the fall when your offense isn't performing. So they had no choice but to do it. But the reason why Bo Nix is so much better or looks better because he's got Sean fucking Payton. Like, I think if you gave Caleb Williams Sean Payton, I think he would look awesome. I truthfully do. Because I think the talent is there. The talent is there. The arm strength is there. It's just the accuracy. It's the fundamentals. It's the mechanics. They're all off. I think they're all fixable things. I do.
We will say.
But the Chiefs. But going back to the Chiefs right now, I'm not going to say they're lucky because I think they're a really good team. I think they have all the pieces outside of the wide receiver position. Their defense is excellent. But I watched a clip of the Chiefs block field goal, and they studied the fuck out of the Broncos because whatever they attacked, it worked.
Like a charm. The whole fucking team was in the backfield.
And there was a clip on floating around on Twitter or X, and there was every single field goal the Broncos took this year. Well, this one guy, I guess one of the guards, was getting knocked on his ass every single field goal, right? So you know what they did, the Chiefs? They fucking loaded up that side and fucking blocked the kick. That's just, they're so well prepared and so well coached that you can't even call it luck. You have to call it skill. That is a skillful win. Like, it seems luck to the viewers, seems luck to us. But when you actually look at the fine details of football per play, the fact that they were able to disguise that weakness tells me everything I need to know about the Chiefs. They are super prepared, and they will be more prepared than every single team they play from here on out. That's just what they are. They're well coached. They're a machine.
That's Andy Reid.
That's Andy Reid for you, right in the bottle.
And Spags.
Yeah, absolutely. They're just well coached, dude. Like that's tape study. They studied their tape. They found the weakness and they exploited it, and it worked.
To win the game, too.
To win the game.
Details.
It's not luck, bro. That's skill.
They're just so fun.
That's prepared, man.
I'm going to say this. We talked about this already. Every time I watch some wild boy shit happen like that, it reminds me Patrick Mahomes has that Tom Brady luck where the fucking ball just bounces that dude's way. It just bounces his way for whatever reason. I can't explain it. I don't know why. But if there's ever some weird shit, it's going Mahomes' way. If there's ever a shaky call like the Super Bowl with the Eagles, it's going Mahomes' way. it is what it is. I don't understand it.
I do though. I think it's the mystique.
Probably.
I really do. I think it's the mystique.
Because you know damn well, dude, every time something went wrong, Brady was on the receiving end of it.
I don't know.
That fucking football deflator. Shit wild.
The best in the game.
Deflating. Let's go to week 11. Commanders at the Eagles tomorrow night. Eagles -3.5. I cannot wait for this game.
Yeah.
Eagles won 5 in a row. Commanders are coming fresh off a loss.
Bad loss too. I think so. That's a demoralizing loss.
With 2 minutes left in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Russ threw a fucking pretty ass right in the bucket to Mike Williams, who then decided to diss Aaron Rodgers, which was wild. I don't know if you caught that.
Who?
Mike Williams.
He dissed him?
Yeah, on Instagram.
For real?
He trolled him. Yeah, he hashtag red line with a snake emoji. Because remember when Aaron Rodgers said that he didn't run the red line? And that's when he threw that pick at the end of the game. I forget who it was.
He put a snake emoji on there?
Yeah.
No shit.
Uh-huh.
I missed that, man. Wow.
So
that's kind of fire, yo. Shout out Mike Will, yo.
Yeah, Mike Will can play. I don't even
like
understand that.
Yo, I fuck with that energy though, bro. I do though, man. And you call me out in public, and then I get traded to a new team, and then I redlined your fucking ass. There you go. There's the red line.
And then
I love that, bro.
They showed Mike Tomlin, and he went up to him and he hugged him and gave him and dapped him up and was like, "You're a Steeler now."
You're a Steeler. That was crazy.
Yeah, so the Eagles are really going to fuck the Commanders up tomorrow night. And I mean, fuck them up. Because they're going to be able to take advantage of that offensive line, because that offensive line is bad. And they're going to be able to get after Jaden. And I hate that we got to do this to my guy. But yeah, the Eagles are going to put a hurt piece on him. Hurt piece. I'm talking 27-17, 31-17, something like that. I don't think they can fuck with us. I think Jalen Hurts is on a heater. A.J. Brown, nobody could stick him. Devontae Smith, nobody could stick him. Goddard should be coming back. You got Saquon Barkley. We're going to run the fucking ball down their throat. I think Jaden's going to have a long, long night with that defensive line in his face. Our defense has been top 5 over the last few weeks. We've been like that. Cooper DeJean is rated like the highest defensive back in the league right now. Quentin Mitchell is locking everybody to fuck up. Quinyon, excuse me. He's locking everybody to fuck up. I don't care what his name is. He's locking you the fuck up, and it's going to happen tomorrow night. Scary Terry's not going to do shit. Yeah, I got the Eagles big tomorrow night. We put on a statement. Statement!
All right. I love everything you said. I really do. I hope it comes to fruition. But I got to be honest with you. This game worries me, and there's only one reason why. Commanders are coming off a loss. Eagles are coming off a blowout win. That's not a good combination for the Eagles.
Bro, they played the B team.
Like I said, it's not a good combination for the Eagles, bro. When you're on a high like that, the only thing I will give the edge to is I think the Eagles recognize this is for first place. We're home, and this is for the division right now. So I think the Eagles will be ready for this game. I just have concerns that Washington's going to be fired up too. And I think I have concerns with the Eagles coming out a little flat just because you came off a big win just 3 days ago. Like, that's not much time to, get on the plane, get back home, prepare, get your emotions ready, back in order. Like, Washington lost at home, and Philly's not far. So I think they're kind of they're licking their wounds here, to me. And I think this ball game is going to be really close. I have the Eagles winning, but I had the Commanders covering the spread. I think the 3.5 is perfect. I think this.
Whoa.
Yeah, pause on that. That's crazy.
What?
Yeah, I think the 3.5 point spread is perfect. I think Vegas got it right. I think this is going to be a 3-point game. I have the Eagles winning on a field goal in the fourth quarter. I think they get it done, but this is going to be a dog fucking fight.
One thing I didn't mention,
dog fight, bro.
And I thought you were going to mention it. One thing I disagree with you on. The Commanders, they're going to be beat up from playing that physical ass Pittsburgh defense.
I agree with that. That's true.
They're going to be beat up, and I wish I said that in my my clip, but they're going to be beat up from that. And I think that plays to the Eagles.
Okay.
But I got the Eagles both ways.
I think the Commanders are just as physical though. They're very physical.
Yeah, but we're like that.
I hope so. I agree with you. I think the Eagles are very, very good. This is a bad spot for us though, a little bit. I think it's going to be a really, really good game.
I can't wait.
I can't fucking wait for this.
Ravens -3 at the Steelers. Who has the edge in this? Because this game is going to be fucking awesome. Awesome here.
Well, if I look at the Ravens offense versus the Steelers defense, I think it's a wash. Truthfully, the Steelers defense is that good. TJ Watt is that good. He can make fucking plays that could change the game. So to me, I'm going to go with a wash on that because I really do respect Steelers defense. They're really good. But I think the Ravens will score a lot of points. I think they still will score. I just think that they won't score in the 40s or maybe not even in the 30s. I think it's going to be a 20, 24, 21 kind of game. I think this is going to be a battle.
A classic piece.
A classic NFC North rivalry matchup, right here. Steelers offense or Ravens defense. I got to give the edge to the fucking Steelers offense right now. I think that the Ravens defense to me is really concerning. If you think Pickens is like that, he should have at least. If Pickens doesn't have 100 yards against this Ravens defense, he ain't like that, bro.
Oh, my God. Here we go.
That's not asking for much against his Ravens defense.
He's without a doubt going to have 100 yards.
You think he's going to have 100?
I'll put Mozzie sticks on it.
I think the Ravens are too well coached to let that happen.
Their D-backs are
they're bad. They're bad.
They get eaten
They're
up.
Bad. They do.
They get eaten up, bro. I mean,
they just gave up 200 and something yards to Jamar Chase. That literally just happened.
By the way, that was one of the best performances I've ever seen from a wide receiver. It sucks that I played him in fantasy. Thanks, Tom. I really appreciate that, but like that is crazy. He don't listen. I can't even make that joke. But I'm just saying, like, that's wild. That performance was crazy.
Legendary. That was crazy. But to me, I'll go with the Steelers offense. I feel like they've been a little bit more balanced. They run the football. They do. I mean, they ran it like 30-something times against the last game against the Commanders. So they're committed to running the football here. But I feel like to beat the Ravens defense, you got to throw the football. So, I'm going to give the edge to the Steelers offense just because Russell Wilson's playing really, really, really well. And the Ravens defense has been ass. So to me, overall edge, I kind of like the Steelers here, man. I do. A part of me wants to take the Steelers in this game. And I think I'm going to, despite everything. I think the Steelers are going to win this game. I think they're home. I think they're just as physical as the Ravens. The Ravens defense to me is the biggest concern. And that's crazy to say about a fucking Baltimore Ravens team. That is the most insane thing to say about a Ravens team. They're never bad on defense, but they could be had and at an alarming rate too. When I just saw Jamar Chase do, I expect the Steelers to put up some points here. And I think they could win this game. I'm going to go with the Steelers here.
I like it. I think you're wrong, but I like it because to me, when you got Lamar Jackson playing at the level that he's playing at, it don't matter the defense. When he is at this level, you're at his mercy. And something very interesting was I've never seen Mike Tomlin take a shot at a player the way that he took a shot at Deontay Johnson in that press conference. Did you see that?
I did see that. That was fucking awesome.
That was crazy. I mean, that was awesome. I love that.
Was he wrong? He wasn't wrong. He was so right about that, dude.
I know.
He kept it 1,000, bro.
I know.
Bro, you got Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson.
You got bigger pieces that you got to account for.
Mark Andrews, bro. They have a squad, bro. Yeah, like he's not wrong in that.
Like this is the first time that Lamar.
Do you think it was a shot?
Hell yeah. They asked him, what do you think about Deontay Johnson? They got other players on there that deserve more attention. That's a shot.
Yeah, but it's correct.
It don't matter.
So you think Deontay Johnson's going to have a personal game?
I mean, I hope so. I got to start him tomorrow because of bye weeks. So Deontay, I need you to put the fuck on. But I like the Ravens in this game. I got the Ravens covering the spread too. I think they could beat them by a touchdown. It's a classic matchup, dude. And right now the Ravens are just better. They're just better. And the difference in this game is the quarterback. You have somebody who's playing the best in football. And that's just really what it is. And nobody's standing in his way. And if the Ravens want to win the division, this is a very important game for them. A very important game.
How many points do you think the Ravens offense will put up against the Steelers day?
24. I got like 24-17.
That's a fair
I would say
score.
something around there.
I have 24-21 Steelers.
Yeah, I would say 24-17, 27-20, something along those lines, 27-21.
Yeah.
Something like that. So I think it's going to be an awesome game, though, and physical.
That's what we want.
Yeah. You know who I think could have a big game? Najee.
He's been really good this year. Yeah. The last game, he was really bad. He was really inefficient with 2.5 yards a carry. But Jaylen Warren was awesome.
Yeah.
He's good, man. I fuck with Warren, yo.
A game at 425. I can't wait for this one. Chiefs at the Bills. Bills minus 1.5. Bills can still contend for the 1 seed, which is wild considering everybody underestimated them this year.
I did. Sure.
Yeah, big time. Which is odd. With
off
Josh
on them.
Allen.
I was so off on them.
I was pretty off on them. Like I said, they were like a 9-10 win team. They already got that basically. Really impressed with the Bills this year. Chiefs are underdogs. I don't understand that.
You don't understand what?
Chiefs being underdogs.
Why?
They just find a way, dude. They just find a way. And my thing is, like, I think Josh Allen's going to have the better game statistically, but I think Patrick Mahomes wins.
You want to laugh at this one?
What?
I don't think this game is going to be close.
You got who you think's going to win?
Bills. I think the Bills are going to be heavy, because Josh Allen could score points. Can Patrick Mahomes score with his current offense, currently constructed?
He'll find a way.
Do you think he can go toe-to-toe with Josh Allen right now? I don't believe that.
I do, because I don't think the defense is that strong, and the way Travis Kelce was coming on,
true.
And the way D-Hop could get some confidence going in there now, and his
He don't scare me though, bro. And there's the only reason why. D-Hop played against them a couple weeks ago, and they shut him down.
Who? Oh, he was with the Titans. Sorry. You had me confused for a second.
Yeah. And you shut him down. I don't think the Bills look at D-Hop as a worry. I think the Bills, all they have to do is really just stop Travis Kelce. You can let the Mecole Hardmans beat you. You can let the other guys beat you, because they're not gonna go off for 200. They're not like that. But if you let Travis Kelce go wild on you, he could beat you. How do we know that? Look at the history. Look at the history. He has 3 Super Bowl rings. They went on a run without a wide receiver last year. Travis Kelce was the number 1 outside of Rashee Rice, of course. But at the same time, it's like if the Bills could shut down Travis Kelce, I am confident this Bills team is going to win more. I think the Bills win by a touchdown. I do. I think the Bills hand the Chiefs their first loss, because a 9-0 team is an underdog. You know what that reminds me of? Seriously? The Steelers, when they were fucking undefeated. They were 9-0, and they were underdogs, and they fucking lost. They shouldn't have been underdogs that game, and they lost. They were underdogs being undefeated at this point in the season.
We put mozzarella sticks on this shit?
We could do that. We will run it. I got the Bills.
All right,
you know I'm betting on Josh Allen all day.
I got 15.
All right. 17's larger.
We'll see. My favorite game of the week, Bengals at the Chargers on Sunday Night Football. Chargers are minus 1.5. Chargers won 3 in a row. I think Josh Herbert and Jim Harbaugh might get married.
I love their relationship.
Their chemistry is
fire.
Their chemistry, like, you can tell, like, they genuinely give a fuck about each other. They want to win together. And I think that is a sight to beholden. I think that when you have a relationship like that at the head coach and the quarterback position, it can take you places. And I think this is going to be an awesome fucking game. I think the Chargers are a force to be reckoned with because of how physical they play and how good of a quarterback Justin Herbert is on raw talent alone. And I think Jim Harbaugh can teach him to be a winner.
All right. So when I watch the Harbaugh and Herbert relationship, there's one thing that comes to mind. That relationship is so incredible that I fear a lot of teams who have head coaches and quarterbacks don't have that same love. And when they're looking at that clip, that is what they want. Harbaugh is a quarterback's dream.
Yes.
A quarterback, a head coach that believes in you, will die for you, loves you, publicly says how much he loves you, like rattles off 100 things he loves about your game. That is an amazing relationship. So then when you're looking at, if I'm on a quarterback on another team and my head coach is like trashing me, talking down and not giving me the public love and shit like that, I'm looking at that like, damn, bro. You don't love me?
You don't rock with me?
You don't fuck with me like that? But you understand what I'm saying? Like, on a psychological, like, perspective, that's kind of how I'm looking at that.
I agree with you too. And like when he was in the locker room calling him Beast Herbert and all that stuff, like those are funny, like corny things, but they go places.
But that's what Brady was talking about, though. I think that's what Brady was point with Belichick. Like Like Belichick never gave Tom Brady that praise and love. He always made him like, oh yeah, we're on the next week. You know, he had a great game. And then remember when Brady got hurt? Well, it wasn't open heart surgery.
Yeah, the best line of all time.
But like I feel like Harbaugh would have been like, oh yeah, Tom, he's a tough warrior. He's a warrior. He'll be out there. No. The difference in personalities is, but I feel like in a psychological aspect, I think a lot of quarterbacks are going to look at that spot and be like, damn, bro, like I really want that. I need that for my game. Like Caleb Williams could be looking at that, like, yo, I need a quarterback. I need a coach like that. If you can get me a coach like that to bring me like that, to love me and embrace me, we're gonna go. We're gonna roll.
Not for nothing, but if I'm at work and my supervisor and my boss or whatever is constantly fucking berating me and just being condescending and disrespectful, like the fuck am I gonna work harder for you for? Why the fuck would I do that? But when I'm with a boss that loves me and encourages me and makes me feel good about myself and shit like that, and I can learn, like, all right, yeah, now you're hyping me up. You're giving me the confidence. You're making me feel better. Right. That's what it is. So like, I understand that. Like, I think everybody goes to work and they want that related. Now I have that because my boss is the fucking man, but I'm just saying, like, there are certain things you need in a work environment.
Yeah.
And Justin Herbert and Jim Harbaugh are the epitome of it. And that is what, like you just said, that is what every single fucking NFL franchise should be looking for.
And this is going to attract so many free agents. I guarantee you.
Who won't want to go play there?
I guarantee you this offseason, a lot of smoke is going to come from Chargers. They're going to get a lot of players.
I know who they're getting. I guarantee you.
A lot of
I'm calling it right now. What's today? November 13th?
Go ahead.
T. Higgins will be a Charger.
Okay. I don't hate that.
T. Higgins will be a Charger.
The only thing that
worries me is he's Mike Williams-esque.
It's such a bad fit, dude. I don't want that for Herbert.
Why?
Because I don't want that headache for him. I think he deserves somebody who's more consistent. I think he needs somebody who's more dependable. He's not dependable.
It's fair.
Like Herbert needs that. You know what I mean? And Herbert's had that in the past with Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen missed games with Herbert, right? Like Mike Williams too. Like he needs somebody that can stay healthy and available and dependable. I don't think T. Higgins is that guy. DJ Moore would be a good fit for him.
Oh yeah.
If they were to look to trade.
That's a good one. I like that.
I like that too. I like that trade too as well.
Me too.
But I think this destination is, I think the Chargers have a great culture. And I think a lot of free agents are going to look at that spot and be like, I want to play there. That coach is loving us like that. He's showing us love publicly. I've never seen a coach publicly love a player like he has on Justin Herbert. I've never seen it. Never. I've never seen Tony Dungy talk that way about Peyton Manning ever.
I can name one more. Current Dan Campbell.
Wow.
Jared Goff, you're good enough for fucking Detroit. That was line of the century.
Yeah, that was fire.
You're good enough for fucking Detroit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm dead serious. On a human level, do you know what that probably felt like for Jared Goff internally, in his heart, in his head,
it makes a difference.
His soul?
But look how he's playing.
Speaking of soul, let's get going because let's wrap this up. I want to smoke my soul out.
I got like that.
Anyway, I got the Bengals winning this game, of course, because my 9 is better than your 10.
I had the Bengals winning too. And I
too important of a game.
It is, dude. It is so
important. I am worried
for them.
though.
I hate
physicality. The physicality of the Chargers against the Bengals scares the shit out of me. But I'm taking the Bengals to win this game because I believe in Joe Burrow. They're going to make the fucking playoffs. I'm tired of hearing about it. We're going to the playoffs. We're going to be just fine. We're going to upset somebody in round 1 too. We just got to get pit. I'm just a little bit nervous because of the physicality that the Chargers bring. But when you got the 9, you got the way.
But I don't think that's the only thing you should be nervous about in this game. Like, I feel like the Chargers defense should be feared. And I understand how good the Bengals offense is playing. They're playing lights out.
I just said that. They're physical.
Yeah, but their defense, they're physical. But they don't let many points on the board, dude. They don't. And Cincinnati lets 1,000 points on the board. This is a really bad matchup for the Bengals, but they're in desperation mode. They are the most desperate team in this spot here. I'm going to take the Bengals. I hate this pick, dude. I really do. No, fuck that. I'm taking the Chargers, bro. I have to, bro. Culture matters. And right now, the Bengals have a losing culture. I'm just changing my pick right now on the fucking fly. I had the Bengals all the way. Mm-hmm. But what we just talked about with Justin Herbert and on Jim Harbaugh, I can't ignore that. That's culture, dude. Culture wins. Culture wins, man. And it's being successful. I'm going to take the Chargers here. I'm taking the Chargers. I think the Bengals are a disaster. I do. I don't think that defense is going anywhere. I'll take the Chargers defense over the Bengals any day of the week. I'll take the Bengals offense over the Chargers. But to me, I think the Chargers can score with the Bengals defense. I just do. I think they can do it. I think they will win this game.
All right. Let's go into the full slate. Jaguars at Lions. Lions minus 13.5. The Lions are going to blow the fucking doors off of the Jaguars. That is a shit team.
Yeah, this is not even going close. I got the Lions covering the spread too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
The line tells you everything.
Too low.
The line's high. It tells you to take the points with the Jag. That's why I'm fading it.
Hell no. Packers minus 5.5 at the Bears.
I got the Packers here both ways. I think the Packers are a better football team, coming off a bye, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, they're going to be well suited for this. The Bears, they just fired the offensive coordinator. They're on a downward spiral right now until they can figure it out offensively. Their defense is really good, but the Packers are too good, bro. Coming off a bye, I like them.
I got the Packers both ways here too. I think, just like you said, I think the Bears are in a world of trouble. I think there's internal issues. I think the culture's fucked up, and the Packers are the complete opposite. They're steady. They got a great group of guys that love their quarterback. Their quarterback's a superstar. So I think that's ready to roll. Rams minus 4.5 at the Patriots.
I got the Rams winning this football game, but not by a big margin. I have the Patriots covering here with the 4.5. I think the Patriots play excellent defense. I think they can make the Rams make mistakes. They can get after the quarterback. And I just believe the Patriots could play really good defense in this matchup.
I got the Rams. But I'm taking the Patriots on the spread. I think the Patriots been playing better, and also the Rams are traveling across the country. Don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Browns at Saints. Saints minus 1.5.
I'm going to go with the Browns here in an upset. And it's not really much of an upset. I had the narrative just saying Jameis Winston going back to New Orleans. I think he's going to light them up.
So do I. I have the same exact thoughts. I think Jameis goes on there and puts on a show.
I'm betting him for 300 yards and all that. I'm dead ass serious. I think he's going to put on.
You just put the hex on him.
Yeah, we on.
Vikings minus 5.5 at the Titans.
I got the Vikings both ways. The Titans suck. That's my logic. Straight up.
I got the Vikings on the money line, but I got the Titans on the spread. I think that this has upset written all over it.
What?
Yeah, I just got a weird feeling. The Vikings are coming out of a dome. I don't like it. The Vikings almost fucked around and lost to Jacksonville last week coming out of a dome. Now you're going from Jacksonville. You're going to Tennessee.
It was London, though, bro.
Just second straight road game. Huh?
Went to London.
Whatever. It was whatever. They're still out.
Wait, did they go to London?
No, they were in Jacksonville.
They were in Jacksonville.
Yeah, you got me tripping for a minute. You trifling.
Not bad.
So yeah, I got I think the Titans can pull off an upset here. I don't think they will, but I think it'll be very close. I just need Aaron Jones to score so Caesar can run me my fucking money. Colts at Jets. Jets minus 3.5.
I got the Jets both ways. Anthony Richardson starting for the Colts. To me, this is a no-brainer. I've already saw what he could do.
Yeah, I got the Jets both ways too. My 8 gets going here, and we start our playoff run. Raiders at the Dolphins. Dolphins minus 7.5.
Dolphins are going to win this game, but I got the Raiders covering the spread at 7.5.
Stop it. I got the Dolphins both ways. If you are in a survivor pool and you made it this far, like I have, the easiest fucking bet on this slate is take the Dolphins. They are going to win this game. It's going to be very, very easy. I don't care that the Raiders are coming out of a bye. I'm telling you, the Dolphins are the easiest bet this week on the slate. If you are in a survivor pool, take the fucking Dolphins, please.
Over the Lions? The Lions are the easiest.
Oh, well, I already used the Lions, so I can't use them. So, but that would have been.
It's good advice, though. I don't think many people use the Dolphins.
You made me think for a second. Seahawks at the 49ers. 49ers minus 6.5.
This is upset written all over it. This truthfully does. I'm going to take Seattle with the points. I think this is going to be a very close football game. It's going to be physical as shit. Seattle's coming off a bye. I do like that. I don't know the health of DK Metcalf, but I'm assuming the bye week he's a little bit better. I'm going to take the Niners here just because they have to literally win to stay in the playoff hunt. They're 5-4. The San Francisco 4, they haven't lost 4 games like this in a long ass time.
Can I be honest? I think the Seahawks could beat them because I don't think the 49ers are a very good team.
I agree with that. I don't disagree with that.
I think they're overrated right now, and they're living off of their reputation of the past few years. I think this is going to be a close game. I don't see why the Seahawks couldn't win this game coming out of a bye week. And the 49ers just got out of a dogfight with Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers. I don't think the 49ers are a good team. I just don't. Like, I'm not saying they're trash, but they're not what the 49ers were the last few years. They're just not.
They're not what the hype is coming into the season.
Correct.
And that's fair to say. I think they're a good team.
I think they're all bark, no bite.
Okay, fair. I think they're going to put it together though. I think they're going to.
They can,
but
I'm just saying right now.
Yeah. Well, CMC is back for another week too.
Yeah.
So he's getting going and shit like that. So who knows?
Falcons at the Broncos. Broncos -2.5. I fucking love the Broncos.
Me too.
I love the Broncos, dude.
I'm with you. I'm taking the Broncos, and I think they win comfortably.
Handily.
I think they win comfortably here, dude.
You got the Falcons coming out of a dome. They haven't been playing that well. Look, I know Young Ho Koo missed like 3 or 4 field goals, and that was the reason they lost. I get it, but they weren't sharp. I think Sean
Saints.
Huh?
They played the fucking Saints.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. That's what I'm saying. But they should have won that game. They didn't. They fucked up my other parlay. I was pissed at that. But I think coming out of a dome, going to Denver where the air fucks you up, you got Sean Payton versus Raheem Morris. And I think the Broncos are actually a good team.
Me too.
So I feel like the Broncos win this game pretty comfortably.
I agree with you. I really do. I think the Broncos defense is going to be the difference. I don't trust Kirk in Denver.
Yeah.
I just don't. That altitude is different.
And on Monday Night Football, this sucks. We got the Texans -7.5 out the Cowboys. That line should be 70.5. The Cowboys stink. Yeah, dude, they're lifeless. They're lifeless.
Yeah, I'm with you. Give me the Texans both ways, man. We have a fucking amazing slate. Like to start off tomorrow night, we got the Eagles. Then we got 1 o'clock slate, Ravens and Steelers.
Yeah.
4 o'clock, we got the Bills and the Chiefs. Then the Sunday Night Football, we got Bengals and Chargers. Man, we're fucking lit out here, man.
Thank you, everybody that tuned in tonight. That was a long-ass episode, an hour of 40. Thank you to everybody that stayed with us the whole time. Hopefully it was fun. Be on the lookout for all our reels this weekend. Also, we got all our merchants. Send us DMs to get them. We got the black hoodies in and T-shirts. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you next Wednesday at 8 o'clock.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We appreciate all the love, support, and the comments. If you guys haven't done so already, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell on YouTube. We are also available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeart, Stitcher,
and all that other shit.
Also, follow us on all of our social platforms as you do not want to miss our daily content on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and all that other shit. And we will see you guys next week at P&I, baby. Peace.
I'm caps lock different. It's facts, not fiction. Said I black out for real, then the track gone missing. If it's cap, I'm dipping. We ain't talking about a move, then it's flatline finished. When I spaz, I'm grinning. Put a peel off in the Sadies and I pass by spinning. It's perks with this life, but I don't have my skinach. Took a quick trip and now I'm back home winning. And I see they eyes pop like I snack on spinach. Pull up to the spot, she tryna grab my digits. I'm already 8 shots, a Henny past my limit. Here you go. Hazards with a dash full of tickets. I'ma act like I don't see them. I got bad eye vision. Y'all can't pass my scrimmage. While y'all tripping, it's Aruba.